streets.
What's up, guys? Welcome back to the channel, and today we're gonna be working on the IS300 again. Sean, what do we got to do to it?
Well, we are swapping the ugly gray or the ugly tan interior out for the nice black interior out of the one.
And what's up with the rear bumper? In the last video, the bumper was actually like.
So we put the bumper on it, but we put it on there for fitment
for
purposes,
for a picture,
and we didn't put basically the turn signal. Oh, the turn signals are marker lights.
They're like marker lights.
Okay, so the marker lights in the bumper, so we didn't have the harness in there, so we took the bumper off this morning to put the harness back in there with brand new bulbs.
So as you guys know, this thing does have the tan interior. Sean has already started swapping some of the back pieces, like the little rear trunk thing.
And there's more to it than you would imagine, too. It's not easy.
It's crazy because even these things right here, like these are tan on the other car.
So you got to do like the actual handles and everything. It's been a lot, but we're getting done. So you brought me some new tools today, buddy. Check this out.
Well, so these
aren't for me.
So these tools are actually not for Sean. They are for you guys. So if you guys did not know, we are giving away this 1JZ swap Lexus IS300. During the giveaways, we do little promotions to encourage you guys to head over to the website. This week only, basically ending on Sunday, the giveaway ends in about a week and a half.
Yeah, it's crazy. It's
so
almost here.
Less than 10 days, or I think by the time you guys see this video, it's gonna be like 9 days left. But again, this week only, every dollar you spend on merchandise, whether it's a hat, a hoodie, a sticker, anything on motionontv.com, gives you 10 entries for a chance to win. And this week only, we are doing tools in random orders. So if you place
tools too.
Yeah,
nice
if you place an order on the website, we're going to be shipping out these tools in your order to some random people. So basically we'll just go through and we'll just start throwing the thing in there. Some of you guys will get some markers, some of you get some tape measures. We got these this is a 3/8 ratchet set right here, or
so
impact.
Here's one of them out of the box. So they're
really nice.
Yeah, it's nice and small and compact, so you can get into a lot of areas. I want to keep one, but unfortunately these aren't for me. So.
Yeah, so we got 2 of those. We got a drill driver kit, and then we got some screwdrivers. We got some other stuff. Depending on how it goes, we might go get some more.
Yeah.
So, but the crazy thing is, this is like $800, $880 worth of just
like almost doesn't look like it, but it's
definitely
stuff. That's everything we use here in the shop, pretty much as far as power tools go. We use Milwaukee stuff. So
check out the links in the description. Head over to the website, get yourself some merch. We do have a lot of new designs and stuff on the website. We just started actually printing those in-house at my house this week. We finally got all the designs. So if you guys ordered one of like the IS300 shirts the first week of the giveaway, those should be shipping out here within the next 2 or 3 days. We are doing them pretty much all in-house, and they are being fulfilled from the garage at my house too. I'll touch it, or Jamie will touch it. One of us will be touching it and shipping it to your door. Plus you get the chance to win the car, and you might get some random tools in your order. So that's a pretty cool situation. We like giving back to you guys, and we appreciate the support on the giveaway thus far. The other thing that we haven't really talked about, Sean, is that the giveaway ends on the 31st, but we have to be out of this shop by the 31st and moved into the new shop. So we have 9 days
to get this done and move.
To finish this, ship a bunch of orders, make a bunch of t-shirts, move all of our stuff, like 9 years worth of stuff in this shop. It's snowing outside, and we got some things to do. So let's get this interior swapped. This interior is actually really nice. Do you think we should put this interior back in this car, or should we just like pile it in there and just take it to the scrapyard?
Pull the motor and tranny and scrap it.
You
that
think?
car's wrecked. Look at it.
It's beautiful. Maybe we could do the 2JZ Civic, or are we not doing that anymore?
Nope.
Sean, tell me how excited you are about the interior swap.
It's great. It was great until the headliner came into the equation. So it has like that home link stuff, or like your garage door openers, like in the the sun visor thing, and then so this is like all the light wiring right here that goes to that.
You can't
light.
disconnect it right here.
Yeah, that does it. So this doesn't come apart. That just clips on there and basically keeps the wires separate from shorting out or whatever. But so this is the harness that goes down the A pillar, down into the foot. Yeah, and we just did that.
Under the dash.
Yeah. So now I'm stuck in here with this thing around me. And
I'm gonna help Sean. Get back with you guys. All right, so now it's time for the carpet to come out officially. Get her out on the edges and just fold it up and stuff it out.
I think everything else is pretty much ready to rip.
Well, now at least you know how to take it all apart. Hey, how much money are you finding over there?
I got a couple bucks.
That's good. It's pretty funny because ever since I've known you, every time we like pull apart a car, like you pull the seats out, like you take the time and you grab every penny, every quarter, every.
I got jars of changes just sitting at home. But it adds up. A penny saved is a penny.
Well, there's a couple more over here. I grabbed the quarters. The next thing that we need to do is we're not gonna swap the dashes because that doesn't sound like fun. And basically, what everybody who does the black interior swap does is they just paint the dash right there. So what we're gonna do is just kind of mask off everything over there. So we got this black vinyl in fabric stuff, just in a little gloss black. So we'll basically mask off the interior before we start putting any of that other stuff in and get that all painted up in there, and then this thing will look brand new.
It's black right now, we should just leave it like that.
Yeah, true. A black interior swap. Just take all your factory tan out. Look at all this stuff. It's kind of ridiculous how much.
I've been in there for like the last hour and a half pulling little parts and like all this crap. Like everything has a cover over it, then there's a screw behind it or a bolt behind it. Not fun.
Complete interior, completely out of this thing and completely out of the other one. Sean, what do you think about IS300 interior swaps?
Well, they're not that much fun. Seats are one thing, but doing everything, there's just so many little like clips and parts and pieces and screws and bolts that you wouldn't even imagine. Because obviously all of it's hidden. You pull off caps and you find them. So there's a lot of stuff, but we're almost done now.
I think what he's saying is if you're gonna do a black interior swap on your IS300, is just buy an IS300 with a black interior. Which is honestly what we would have liked to done. So I went ahead, if you guys seen in the time lapse, I went ahead and painted that interior trim plastic. That's basically what they do from the factory. They just paint, all these dashes are black from the factory.
No, they're tan.
No, they're all black.
Oh, okay.
And then they paint them tan on like the little pieces right there. Because you can see like the overspray where they paint it.
Yeah, that is true.
Now we have the gray headliner in here. If we wouldn't have swapped headliners,
it would have been a lot easier.
But
the headliner, there's just so much stuff to get it down because you have to be delicate with it too because
it is kind of
thin. Dirty and then
so we got it's here. It's ready to go in there. So Sean's going to go ahead and swap all that stuff. It's just crazy how much interior there actually is. Like all the pieces and parts and all that stuff.
This is all. So there's the carpet. It's kind of all laid out as it sits in the car for the most part.
Randy, what do you think about the car?
Love it, man. It's freaking awesome.
Randy's a big VIP supporter too.
Yeah.
Hell yeah.
Randy.
VIP. You got to tell people why they should get the VIP.
I mean, look at the car, man. It's a hell of a setup, and then every month you get something awesome. All the stuff they've sent out and all the VIP stuff, especially the Christmas one, was really awesome. Got a pen light and all that. So,
Ooh.
Yeah.
That pen light's kind of sick.
It is. I actually use it.
Really
I use it in my
handy.
shop. You know, it's a great one. So.
Yep. Sean's taking the seat and putting it in. Yep.
Sean is working on the interior, and the next thing that we need to do, I ordered this thing like 2 days ago. It finally came in. It is a power steering cooler. Because we need a power steering cooler. Factory that has like a line, but it got right in the way of like the intercooler piping and all, basically everything right here. So I just went to the auto parts store. I had them order like the smallest one they could get. Basically, we're just gonna run that for our power steering. And then we have our lines right here, which you can see are kind of hanging out. And I got all new line to replace basically from the rack to there, and then from the reservoir down there, and then we'll hook up the power steering reservoir, and then technically could almost drive, other than the clutch slave. We need to figure out the clutch slave. But power steering cooler, interior, clutch slave, drive it. Bleed the brakes too. Gonna do that. right, guys. So the interior in the IS300 is done.
We're sitting in it.
It looks great.
Yeah, it's black.
We're actually probably getting it dirty right now.
Yeah.
But
Probably
hey,
shouldn't be.
you know, we'll clean it for you before you come pick it up. So that's our goal. So now that we have a full black interior, look at this thing. We have shifter. Look at that. Beautiful.
We need to
got
clean
a
it,
little
but
thing. But that other one, it has a little double dent in it. If we have some time,
I don't know for that time.
maybe we'll end up swapping that. We got to clean off the dash, but overall this thing looks great. It's all black. It looks beautiful. We got the e-brake. We got the black seats. We got this stuff. The whole headliner was completely swapped. Sean thinks I put the wrong light in it because these are tan.
Yeah, the 2 buttons are tan. That's the last tan stuff in the car. But there is another light that I think is great.
I got this out of the pile. Looks great. Seats look good. Black interior. Definitely, if you have an IS300 and you would like to do a black interior swap, sell it and buy one with a black interior.
Yeah.
Check this out. Just go ahead and take a listen to this.
Oh, bloody, we killed the battery.
We're having a little bit of a power steering dilemma here in where to relocate the thing. So right here, you can see this is the power steering reservoir that goes on this pump. It basically just has this little nipple with like an O-ring, and so that just slips right in here. So this is the same power steering pump, but instead of it having a fitting that has that on it, it just has the whole reservoir has that on it. And then so it feeds it fluid from here, and then this goes to the power steering cooler or from the rack. And since the intake manifold on this 2JZ comes out over here, we don't have any issues with it. But since the intake manifold on the 1J just comes straight forward, like in this exact location, we cannot run that pump on there. But we're having a little bit of an issue on where to locate it / like what reservoir we're even going to use. When I got the intercooler kit, the guy had this power steering reservoir in his engine bay, so I got that from him. But the way that these lines are, they're just super weird. And he had it up here, but there's no clean way to do it. We've tried it 20 different ways. We tried sticking it here, we tried sticking it there, over here. I just don't like it. So you can see the fitting right here, how that comes out, and then the charge piping. So this thing can't go right there. The plan is this thing has these little brackets on it right here, and it'll actually mount right there. So I'll bend that tab, and this will basically sit right here. Everything should be able to close the hood. We'll double check all that stuff. Might have to use that bracket right there. We'll get that bracket bent, and then essentially my plan is to drill and tap that bottom thing and put this little push hose fitting, this little brass hose fitting, and then that should hook up to our line, or unless I could find a little piece of tubing, we should be good to go from there. Life is not the breath you take, but it's the moments that take your breath away. My breath is just completely taken away right now with how amazing that this power steering reservoir just fits right in. Obviously it needs a little cleaned up, but check that out. Factory bolt, factory bracket, all this other stuff. We're gonna cut this piece off. I was trying to think if I could, look at that, I could probably get that second bracket. If I bend that second bracket, I could make it bolt 2 bolts to the intake manifold. 1 bolt is secure, 2 bolt is basically permanent.
I love how you say second.
Second? Yeah. So yeah, now we have this little fitting right here, 45 degree. So we'll just take that and we're actually just gonna weld it. So instead of drilling and doing a bunch of stuff right there and risking getting some shavings in there, because there is like a little filter mechanism, we'll MIG weld it, we'll cut off this side of the bracket right here, and then essentially we're gonna have a brand new OEM thing attached with 2 bolts. As I tighten the last bolt, I'm gonna say that ain't going anywhere. So it won't. I'm a 3D printer. Look at that. All right, so what I did with the welder over here is I just 3D printed a little tab in there to kind of, basically what I did is I cut a slice in there so that way I could bend that back tab, give it some length, bend it into the right spot. And then what I did is there was basically a little pizza, and I just went back in and added a slice. And then this thing's all welded. I think it's ready to go. Let's go, let's cool it off so I don't burn myself. And then we're gonna stick it in. That's it. Oh, that ain't going anywhere. Look at that. Seriously. That thing, that's like an OEM. It's about as good as you can get. All right, guys, so we got the interior swapped in this thing after how many days?
3 days.
3 days?
Yep.
We got the power steering, reservoir, and everything all mounted and hooked up. I can't believe how long the
Hour and a
interior
half.
took. But
3 days for that.
we got the brakes swapped over, so this thing has basically brand new drilled and slotted rotors on it. We painted the brake calipers, painted some stuff in the interior, and essentially now all there is left for you guys to do is head over to motionautotv.com, get 10 times entries for a chance to win this thing, plus get the chance at some random Milwaukee tools in your order. So appreciate you guys watching. See you later. Life is not the breath you take. It's the breaths that take you. It's the moments. What is it?
Moments to take your breath away.
Life is not the breath that you take, it's the moments
That take your breath away.
Say that.
All right, should we do it? Yeah. All right, guys. So
Let me find another good song for you. Hold on, okay? You gonna listen to Supra Grilling?
No, I'm good. No music would be great.
No, we're not doing no music. That's not what we do around here. Motion auto TV, not sit still on fucking TV, buddy. Motion. What goes with music? What goes with motion? Music.